Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you all are doing well. So, let's start with lesson number 6 of social science, that is nomadic and denotified tribes. Now, before coming to the chapter, it is very important to know the term nomadic and denotified tribes. It means tribes who migrated from one place to another for their own occupation as well as for their livelihood. A large section of the nomadic pastoralist tribes are known as Vimukta Jatis or free liberated Jatis. The tribes designated as denotified, nomadic or semi-nomadic are eligible for reservation in India. Now students, India is a country with a diverse cultural legacy. Due to geographical diversity of the nation, the great task of uniting the entire nation has been done in many ways, and we are associated emotionally even with those people also who are different from us in language and lifestyle. So let us study about such nomadic and denotified tribes connecting various cultures. Nomadic and denotified tribes migrated from one place to another for occupation and various objectives. Seeing the role of these castes in the uprising of revolt of 1857, the British government of that time separated them from the community and declared some of them as criminal community under the Criminal Tribes Act 1871. It took a long time for this propaganda to come to an end. So students, as I said you earlier, that nomadic tribes are those tribes who migrated from one place to another for occupation, right? And the British government, they separated them and declared them as a criminal community. But after independence, what happened? Indian government liberated them from this and gave them a respectable status as denotified tribes. Now students, we will learn about the characteristics and lifestyle of nomadic and denotified tribes. Some tribes constantly move from one place to another for livelihood, whom we know as nomadic or denotified tribes. These tribes were scattered almost all over India. They made their living by doing small and big occupation. Their life was largely based on forest resources and animal husbandry. It means the life of these tribes was largely based on forest resources and animal husbandry only. They roamed far and wide with their animals. Nomadic breeders, what they used to do? They used to buy grains, clothes, utensils, and other items from the permanent farmers, and in return, they used to give other items like wool, ghee, etc. So, students, in this way, the goods were exchanged between the nomadic breeders and permanent breeders. And some nomadic tribes, they used to impose goods on their animals, take them from one place to another and buy and sell them. They also traded sheep, goats, horses, cows, buffaloes, donkeys, camels, bulls, oxen, etc. And some nomadic and denotified hawkers, they went from one village to another selling self-made ropes, grass mats and large bags. Even these tribes, they were named as Kangasia and Modwana, were involved in the trade of bangles, combs and cosmetics. Now students, their language, social affairs and lifestyle was identical. Identical means same, but their distinct identity means alag pehchan. It was that due to lack of stable social system, they lived a life of different level compared to other societies. And the government has taken some special measures for the development of the tribes like Sansi, Kanzar and groups like Vanzara, Karkamundi and Haransikari by including them in these tribes. For the development of these tribes and preservation of their culture, the government has conducted a special study and prepared a detailed report in 2008, and based on that report they were given constitutional status of nomadic and denotified tribes and given human rights. Students, there are also some nomadic tribes of India that include Aghori, Bahurupi, Vanzara, Baranda, Bhamta, Bovi, Chittodia, Helva, Irani, Jattigar, Kotwalia, Bairagi, Pardhi, Talwar, Kamti, etc. And the nomadic tribes of Gujarat include Bajania, Garudi, Vanshpoda, Bhavaiya, Ravalia, Kangasia, Chamtha, Salat, etc. And the denotified tribes of Gujarat includes Char, Dafer, Miana, Wagher, Devi Pujak, Sandhi, etc. There are also some plans which are made for these tribes that includes the matters to make them permanent under these schemes, and the special residential schools and hostels have also been set up for their children. These are the special plans that are implemented by the government of India for the development of these tribes by including them in the most backward tribes. Now, students, we will try to know about some other nomadic and denotified tribes in the context of India and Gujarat. So, first of all, we will learn about Devi Pujak. Now, in Gujarat, Devi Pujak is the denotified tribe which is found in most parts of the state. And Devi Pujak, denotified tribe, produces and trades vegetable. And in addition to this, they also do some traditional occupations. And in the Devi Pujak society, the standard of the education is low, as well as they have lack of awareness, right? Therefore, the superstitions means andhavishwas, and the evil practices are prevailing in this society, which results to poverty. Social disputes and family problems of these tribes are resolved by their caste tribunals, so the issues related to their internal disputes are rarely seen in the courts. Now, second tribe is Vanzara. People associated with Vanzar are known as Vanzara, and this tribe was the most important tribe among the nomadic and denotified tribes. Most of the Vanzaras were engaged in the transportation of commercial goods, and the collection of their commercial goods was known as Vanzar, means Tandu. Now, Alauddin Khilji used them to transport grains and goods to the markets of Delhi. And the Vanzaras, they loaded oxen and sold grains in the cities, and Emperor Jahangir has mentioned this work of Vanzaras. And during the war, the Vanzaras, they used to bring grains and goods for the Mughal army by ox carts. And Vanzara brought many goods from Central Asia to India, and many goods were taken to countries outside India. And from this, it can be said that Vanzara was a link between India and the world. These people are located as far as in Pakistan and Afghanistan. So, after the British rule, some Vanzaras became the traders of bangles and combs, whereas some became laborers and some involved in the clay work, that is pottery. Now, third tribe is Maldari. In Gujarat, Maldaris, they reside in Gir, Barda, Alej and desert region of Kutch. Now, these Maldaris, they live in nests in the forest of Gir and Barda hills, and they make their living on animal husbandry only. And the Rabaris, means Maldaris of Kutch, they migrate to central Gujarat in summer, taking a large number of camels, sheep and goats with them. And the Maldari women and men of Kutch, they spin wool of sheep and hair of goat for their livelihood. Now, the fourth one is Nats, that is Bajania, or we can also say acrobats people. Now, Nats or acrobats people, they know many arts of physical skills. Nats or acrobats, they entertain people by skill like performing magic tricks, walking on a rope, walking on a stick, and other physical skills. Now, being uneducated and poor, Nats or acrobats people, they stay away from the mainstream of the society. Fifth one is Kangasia and others. Kangasia, Vedwa, Madari, Dafer, etc. These all are included in nomadic and denotified tribes. Kangasia people, they mostly sell combs and cosmetics, and these people, they live in undeveloped condition due to the migration from one place to another and closure of their traditional occupation. The lifestyle of Kangasia and other nomadic and denotified tribes is mostly seen in the form of kabilas, that is family, And the Kabilai practice, language, diet, dress, and other lifestyle of Kangasia and other nomadic and denotified tribes are similar. Now we will learn that what changes have occurred with changing times. Now, students, the government has provided the facilities like education, health, sanitation, housing, etc. to these tribes, and the government has also tried to develop them as much as possible by associating them with science and technology. But still, poverty and unemployment are seen among these tribes due to lack of education and awareness. So, this suggests that special efforts are needed to uplift them. So, students, I hope that you all are clear with nomadic and denotified tribes. Thank you.